Shocking revisionism. Revisionism is to look again, to revision. And when they look again, they change it so that it has a different impact on the people viewing it. Well, shocking revisionism is all around us. Yahushua didn't call his first followers Christianos. They were named Natsarim, the Hebrew word branches, by him, the branches of his teachings. The Hebrew words, Ani Hagafen, I am the vine, and Atah HaNatsarim, you are the branches, have been modified to a completely different idea, a word that in that day meant something completely different, Christianus. It's found the word Christianus is found as a Greek term with an unsavory meaning. Yehuchanan, or they call him John, in chapter 15, verse 5, proves this fact. Also, Paul was accused of being a ringleader of the sect of the Natsarim, not the Christianos. If you look at Acts 24, verse 5, you'll see it. It's still preserved as if it just sort of was overlooked by the revisionists. The word Christianus, which is Greek, originally meant idiot to the people who referred to the Natsarim at Antioch. See Acts 11, verse 26. Even today, Christians visiting the land of Yisrael, or Israel, are referred to in this slightly altered language, Natsarim. You see the similarity between Natsarim and Natsarim, and they're referred to as this by the Yahudim. No matter their denomination, it doesn't matter. You could be a Pentecostal, you could be a Presbyterian, a Catholic, or a nondescript Christian, and they still call you by the original term, Natsarim. Well, the original term was Natsarim, and we were predicted by the prophet Yirmiyahu, or Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 6. If you look at a interlinear, you'll see the word Natsarim, which is usually translated in Christian documents as Watchmen. Arabs also refer to Christians as Nazrani, which is a word that's cognate with the original Hebrew term Natsarim, because they speak a Hebrew original dialect that's closer to the original than the Yahudim speak, because the Yahudim have had several mutilators to their language. Not only the dispersions among the Gentiles that altered their phonology of their original language, but the Masoretes, which altered the language for them, the way they talk. And in the last video, I was referring to, this is a book I have on the cover of this, on the beginning of this video, Strong Delusion. Christianity's institutionalized witchcraft. They do everything that they did as pagans before, and now they've institutionalized the paganism and made it seem okay. Yeah. That's a book I wrote a few years ago, and it's at Amazon. Now, we already covered the 4 vowels. That was in the last video, and the headpiece that proves the letters being vowels in the case of the name, and what a vowel is. Now, this part, let us make man in our image. This phrase is not really in the Hebrew. It was somehow brought about by a translator, and then it was carried forward into all the other translations. And it's based on one word, nisha. And there's no way that that means let us make man in our image, or let us make anything. It's not let us. There's no plurality in that word. Hebrew has a distinct form of plural. And sometimes it's a yod mem, and sometimes it's just a t, a ta, at the end of a word. It's a Hebrew word in the concordance, H, that means Hebrew, 6213. You can look it up. Let us make man in our image. There's, well, yeah. It's Yamar, Elohim, Nesha, Adam, Beslemnu, Kedemuthnu, Uyarado. And he said, now this is what that means. And he said, Uyamar, Elohim, I breathe into. That's what Nesha means. I breathe into. There's no we breathe into. I breathe into. Adam, see, in the same essence, same character. Now that's the image word, selim, beselim. The B means in. Selim means image, usually. But what it means in this particular case means that he is breathing into the Adam his essence, the same essence, the same character. And this is the reason that he's breathing into them, okay? Now watch this carefully. That they rule, so that they would have his essence with the same character. It's a Kedemuthnu. Kedemuthnu. That's the idea of the same essence, the same character. That they rule. Yaradu. So what was the purpose of him breathing his character into them? It wasn't that they looked like him. It was that they would act on the circumstances around them as he would do, because they had the same character, so that they could rule over the creation. The idea that let us make was made long ago by a single translator, and then it was repeated by subsequent translators. See, we pick up and repeat mistakes made by former translators. Nesha does not mean this at all. We're not supposed to repeat errors. We're supposed to test everything. The verse mostly referred to by Trinitarians is at Bereshith, or Genesis, 1 verse 26. And it is not discussing the makeup of Yahuah, but it's talking about Adam. It's not telling you anything about Yahuah specifically, but it's describing Adam. Hebrew details on this are at fossilisedcustoms.com/letusmake.html. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll see all the new videos that we're putting up here. See you later.